Howdy folks, welcome back. So here we are at August 19th of 2022 and we've had a triple blast. So it starts right here with that one. That's one, two, and three. And this little guy. I'll let you take a look at that here. We had three big blasts come off the sun. They're semi-earth directed. They're going off to the right here just a little bit, so we might get a glancing blow from them. They're not totally earth directed, but they are coming off in our directions, kind of. And we'll go through these frame by frame. But first, I want you to watch the loop here. There's one big one, two big ones, another big one, and then this little guy coming out here at the end. There's some activity going on up here too, towards the end of it. When this third blast, finally, there's something going on over here. It's hard to see, but for right now, let's pull this down, and we'll pause it at the very first frame and start going through this frame by frame. And let's see, pause right about there. I'll back it up a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's the first frame right there. Here's our opening frame at 024, August 19th, 2022. And you can see we have a CME already underway. The instrument's reacting to it. And move this up just a tad bit closer for you guys. There we go. Okay, we have a dark little core here in the center, it appears. And as we progress through this, you see there's a round little circular object there in the middle, and it's captured here again on like the shadow negative of this. So there's kind of a double image, but here it is captured again, and it's a little clearer to see on the double image. So we're going to go down here. I'll zoom in on this. Oops, move this out of the way. So here's our little object right here. It's got this nice round magnetic field around it that it's stripping away plasma as it rips away. And if we go previous here, you can see here it is right here. This is the original image. The other image is like a ghost of this image catching up to it. So it's not two objects. It's the same object, just the way the camera captures it. Here it is right here. And then as it moves out, here's the same image again, just a kind of ghost of it. The actual object is right here now. And right here it's moving out. Here's the image, ghost of it moving out. Okay. So that was our first one. Immediately followed by another huge blast here. This one is pretty good size. You see the instrument reacting to it. And as it moves through, you're going to see it has a little core to it right here in the middle too. It's really faint because it's shrouded in so much plasma. But you can tell that there's a round structure here, right about there, and a little core to it right about there. And then as that moves on out, and it's pulling all this plasma, stretching it out, spaghettifying it as it goes. It stretches out, finally releases, and then here comes a third blast. Now look at the shape, this hourglass little bent shape right here. This tells me something bigger is coming out of this, and it makes it stretch out. See how it kind of stretched out for it as it came out here? And here's our object right here. Actually, wait. This one, I believe this is our object right here, and it's shrouded in so much plasma you can't see it. And as it comes out, this is the ghost image. This is the secondary ghost image capturing it as it moves on out, pulling all this plasma, streaking it back again as it leaves. And then we got this little guy. The instrument's reacting to it, and if you turn your head to the right, it appears to be a disc shape with almost like a center in it or something. So, I don't know, it's just odd. Maybe it's a little round one with some plasma around it, and this is the ghost shadow image of it. Okay, so let me zoom back out of this now a little bit. Pull it down and start it up again. That way you guys can get a good look. So there's the first one, second one, third one, 3 in a row, and then this little guy. So the activity's picking up. I mean, we're getting 2 and 3 and triple blast like this. These are all 3 big, pretty good sized CMEs right there. And, you know, to have 3 in a row, just like off the same little spot right here, activity's picking up, man. It's getting crazy. So I had to bring that to you. And that was all for today's. I think we did a report yesterday showing that. So, wow. Thank you very much, Jules. Let's see here. Let me try to go to something else. I forgot my old pics, and if I can get this program to work real quick for us. Come on, Lord, help us get this going. All right, it's working. Good. So I want to do a little spiritual stuff real quick while we're here, and I got a little bit of time and battery left. So let me scroll down to some of this. Now, some of these are images that I had taken last year of the clouds, and they're flip books. I've put, 20 pictures together in a stack, and it makes a little video. And here you can see this face with a big long nose. There's the eyes right here. And then over on this one was like a butterfly man. And something I'm going to show you real quick here is, you see how small these little boxes are? This picture has been compressed down to a smaller image. And when I click on this and the image shows full screen, it's a little harder to see because you're further back. Your perspective is further back. And this is like the butterfly man. You can see his face right here. He's got little like antennas coming off of his head here. And he's reaching out his hand. And these clouds are gelling together, coming together and forming this face with this butterfly guy. Or that's what I call him. He reminds me of a crop circle, the butterfly man. And he has like antennas coming off of his head here. I don't know if that's what this is, or horns, who knows. But I saw this happen in the clouds, and this face, when it comes together, it's hard to see, but it's bisected down the middle. One side is dark and the other side's light. Then let's see if we can back out of this one here. Whoops. This will let me. Alright, some other ones that I was working on is this one right here. This one is kind of fun. It's kind of cool. And I think I'll enlarge it, because this one you can kind of see. And at first, it's hard to tell, but it's like a bird's head. Here's the beak. Okay, here's its head. And then here's one eye, and the other eye is under this cloud, and it's moving its hand and saying peekaboo and showing you its other eye. I'm not sure if this is capturing it too well. Maybe if I pull back a little bit. Or maybe it's too bright. Go like this a little bit. It'll capture this a little better. And you'll be able to see the eye that's in there. Right there's the eye. And there's just a little face, a bird face up in the sky doing peekaboo. And some of these other ones, this one's kind of interesting. This, let's see if you guys can see this. It's kind of hard to see when we blow it up. So this is a cartoon character, and he's got big ears coming up like this. Here's his 2 eyes, and his tongue is sticking out. Let me move this little cursor. Okay, here's his 2 eyes, and his tongue sticking out, and his big ears coming up. And it's a cartoon character, and there appears to be like a little mouse character on top of his head, and he's grabbing the guy's eyelids and pulling his eyelids open, and he's sticking his tongue out. Now, that looks familiar. It's like I've seen this somewhere before, like a Tom and Jerry type thing, where the mouse is on top of this character's head and he pulls his eyelids open and makes him see something, and he sticks his tongue out. So I've seen this somewhere before. If anybody recognizes this, I'll try to go full screen with it here. There we go. And some of these are a little harder to see once they're really big in your face. But when you pan back, this is like 10 dimensions back looking at this stuff. And if you look at this one over here on the side, this is previous to this. You can see this dark shadow growing is this face originating. And at the very end, you'll see the two eyes starting to form. Okay, it's the series of pictures right before this little mouse opens up his eyes. So crazy stuff I'm capturing. Not only biblical stuff, but just weird cartoon characters. I've captured the Lion King cartoon character in the clouds. Just odd stuff. Now this one, let's see if we can go full screen with this one, please. Okay, pull back a little bit. All right. Now this one was interesting. This one appeared to be it's like an alien lady laying on her back with her legs down, and she's giving birth to the sun. And when the sun comes out like this, her expression changes. Her eyes open up and her mouth opens up and she screams. Here's her eyes and her mouth. And this is like a Rugrats character as the you know, the nurse or whatever. Let's see if I can, how can I get a little closer in on this face? Here we go. Hey, it worked. All right, so you can see this two eyes and the mouth right here. She's opening up her mouth and screaming, and the sun is the baby. She's giving birth to the sun. And this is like a Rugrats character or something right here with her little hair curled up on it. That'd be her eyes and her little mouth, and she's screaming something, breathe or push or something. But I captured that in the clouds too. And just the oddest stuff. Let me back out. And you can see in this series of images, the sun's going across the sky this way. I guess it's the reflection off the clouds that makes it look like it goes backwards, because the sun is kind of going backwards and coming out like she's giving birth to the sun. Just wondering if you guys can see that. So that was another interesting one I'd captured. And let's see if we can get out of here now. And some of these other ones. Okay. Oh, I know what else I wanted to show you is this one right here. I don't know if it's going to show up too well. It's too big. So we'll go over here and kind of zoom in out like this. If you haven't seen it yet, it's the Grinch. Let me move this. It's the Grinch's face. And it turns into the dragon face. Here's his eyes, his nose, his mouth. And then over the course of pictures, it turns into the dragon. And it's kind of a lot easier to see it when it's compressed like this than when it's full screen. And here over here, you can see a couple other tries. I tried to get it on a slimmer picture, but that was the Grinch turning into the dragon. And then, let's see what other good ones here. I think that was it. Here's the one of Jesus turning into the lion face right here. This is another one right here that I captured. Yep, that's a good one. If you turn your head to the right, you can see it much better. It's Jesus, and it turns into this round kind of lion-type face with a crown over its head. Okay. Now, let's back out of this, because I believe that's all. Yeah, let me back out of this and go to albums. Let's go to this one. Because in here, see, this is a series of the pictures that I used in that flip book. So I took a series of pictures. This event took like an hour to unfold, so I was taking pictures the whole time, and then I stacked them all together to make it into a video. And at one point, I took one of these pictures and rotated it so you don't have to turn your head. So now, let's zoom in on that a little bit. Can you see it a little clearer now? Hopefully, maybe in these two images here. Now you can see his eyes, his nose, his mouth, his hair, coming down, and you can see the crown up above his head. This one's a little clearer. We can get in on that. I know what we can do. Let's try this just a tad bit. We don't want to zoom in too much, but there's a good shot of it right there. And I just remembered I had all this stuff still on this program here, so I can access this and at least show you some of these images. Yeah, hopefully here I've rotated it so you can see it a lot better. And then let's zoom out a little bit to give you an idea of what this kind of looks like in the sky. Let's go full screen here, okay? This down here is a highway going up a mountain. These are the Sierra Nevadas back here. This is a huge mountain with a highway going up it. So this thing was huge in the sky. It was so big and in your face, you couldn't see it. It's not until you kind of back out of it and compress it down like this that you can see it a lot clearer. So a lot of these images are in like another dimension. I want to say the 10th dimension because it's like you took 10 steps back from your computer. So if I put this, if I went full screen like this, if you took 10 steps back like this, it gets clearer and clearer. Whereas you get closer, it starts to fade. So that's how a lot of these images are in the clouds. I'll see something and I'll just take a bunch of pictures, and your phone screen will compress them. Sometimes when you see something going on in the sky and you open up your phone, you look on the screen and it's compressed already and you can see it on your phone already. That's when I start squeezing off pictures, when I see it on my phone. So let's continue on, because there's a couple other little pictures in here that happened. You've seen this lion face before. This little guy popped out of the clouds. It's like a little smiley face, two eyes, a nose, a little mouth, and a little circle right here. And let's zoom in on that one just a tad bit there so you guys can see it better. And this happened during the other event. This was over to the other side, and I'd take a bunch of pictures of this, and I'd switch over and I'd take a bunch of pictures of this side. And this little guy popping out of the clouds here. There's another image of it. So there's faces and stuff in the clouds, all kinds of activity going on in the clouds. You just got to know what to look for and how to see it. Yeah, I think that was it on that one. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring you that tonight, you guys. The triple blast that we had is, kind of more, evidence of what's going on lately. So I had to bring that to you, and since I was able to access this program, I thought I'd bring you some of these real quick too. So let's just leave it right there for the moment and say thank you all to everybody that showed up, and I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next video, bye.